Hi everyone, this is Jan, and for today's project we're going to do this cute little banner. This says spring on it. And let's see if I can tilt this way. See, it's on a little holder like that. It has hooks, and then it has a desk little mountain thing there. And you do it and you just put it on your desk or your counter or wherever you want to. I thought it was really cute to bring in Solaris designs. They have spring, they have autumn, winter, and summer. Yes, so they have 4 of them. So you could go ahead and do one for each season. And the little flag holder here that I got was on Amazon, and I will put a link in the description box so that you can find these. They're very reasonable. And so I went ahead and did this here, and we're in an 8x8 hoop. And you're going to use your no-show. Now I'm going to scoot this right here so that I can see what I need to do on this. And the first thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and go into, I'm on a Solaris, you want to go into IQ Designer. Now you can certainly do these designs if you're in a machine, what is it, Altair, Destinies, anything below the Solaris, you can also do these designs as long as you have IQ Designer. You're just going to have different keys for it. You can also do these in My Design Center. Brother and Baby Lock are the same machine, you know. So you can go ahead and use your, I have a Stellaire sitting over here. So you could use your Stellairs, anything with My Design Center, your Luminaires, whatever you want to use. Just use the basic guideline that I'm going to show you here, and then you can go ahead and use your other machines that you have. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go into IQ Designer or My Design Center. And I'm in an 8x8 hoop size. Make sure you have that on your screen here. And we need an outline stitch. We need the outline of how big we're going to make this little banner. So go into shapes, and I chose this number 3 because it has slightly curved corners. You can use this one if you don't have this one here, but I went ahead and chose 03. Go OK. Now I need to change the size on it, so go into size, and I'm going to go into my keypad here. If you don't have a keypad, then go ahead and use these buttons down here. So click on my keypad, and the size I chose was 7.80. And I think I can just go 7.8 and then 6.00. So the next one is 6. I think I can just do 6 point. Yeah, okay. So that's the size that I want for my outside line. Click OK. Go up to Line Properties. I want a running stitch, and I want this one to be red, and click OK. Let's see, are you able to see? Just a minute here. Let's come down a bit. There you go. Click OK. Click your bucket up here and touch the line and turn it red. There we go. Now I want to save this in memory because we're going to pull it up later. So go to Memory in the machine. Okay, go Next. And I'm going to change this running stitch 5 clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now set and OK. Alright, there's our first item in the menu there. The next thing I want to do is do a batting tap down. I want batting in this. So go to Add, go to IQ. I'm going to go up here to the pocket. I'm just going to pull up that red line we just did. Now make sure that you write the last 3 numbers of that in your notes, whatever it is, in case you need to pull that up later if you want to change your design or something. So let's click on that. Click OK. And we want to change the size. And for this one, I'll go to the keypad again and I'll put in 7.60. Okay. And then I want 5.86. 5.86 set. Okay. Then go OK. Now go to your line or properties. Go running stitch. And I usually do the batting in green. Click your bucket. Turn your line green. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and save this one also. Memory. The machine. Go next. And let's increase our stitch length. OK. Set and OK. Alright, we have our second step. That green line, you should see it peeking out in the corners there. Alright, the next thing we need to do is our inner fabric. This is the white fabric that we're going to put our design on. So let's go ahead and go Add. Go IQ. And let's go ahead and go to our Shapes menu. Pull this design back up, 03. Click OK. And let's change the size of this. And for this one, I had 6.50. I could go 6.5 set. And I had 4.75. 4.75 set. Click OK. Go to Line Properties. Running stitch. Purple. OK. Go to Bucket. Touch the line purple. Alright, we want to save this one also. Memory. The machine. Go next. And let's change the stitch length. OK. Set. OK. Alright, so now we have our inner square here. So we've got 3 of our steps done here. Now for this one, we did save that one also. And, at least I hope I did. Alright, the next thing we want to do is our fancy fill. So go Add, IQ. Now we're going to find out if I saved that. Might not have. Yes, I did. Okay, so I have red, green, and purple. Pull up the purple line. Okay. Now we want to make this into a no-sew. Go to Line Properties. No-sew. Okay. Touch your bucket. Turn it to a no-sew. Now, go right over here to our fancy fill. Click this icon right there. We're going to select 006. Okay, that one right there. Little crosshatch. Click OK. Go to blue. Click OK. Let's go to our bucket and touch inside. Now, Let's go next. We don't have to save this. I brought this up to 120. Okay. I also turned my outline on. Okay. And on the thickness here, I just wanted a single layer. Okay. All right, now set. Okay. And now we have our fancy fill. Now the next thing we need to do is add our design. So let's go to add. I went into menu 2 here. And I scrolled. It's easier to use my finger than use the mouse to do this part. There it is. Spring. Now see, you have spring, summer, autumn, and winter, I think, on these. So go to spring. Let's set. Okay, now I'm going to go to edit up here. And let's go to size. And on the design, I just increased the width of this. So click on your little zigzag box here. Click OK. Now let's increase this size till it almost touches the edge of that. Okay, that looks good to me. All right, and I push center here. Click OK. Now let's go ahead and do our little curls, our candle wick curls up here. Okay, so now let's go into Add, IQ. Let's go into our shapes, do our little swirly here. Now there's 2 different ones you could choose. I chose these 2, or you can choose these right here. Either one of those. So let's choose number 4. Let's go OK. Now they're awful big when you first get them. Let's go ahead and do size on these. Now the size on these, I chose, let's go to the keypad. I chose 1.25 by 2.69. 0.69. Set. Okay. Let's go OK. Now I didn't pull in my purple box here, so I'm not for sure how high up to set this. But I'm going to go ahead and go to line properties. I'm going to choose a candle wick. Go to pink. OK. Go to the bucket. Turn it pink. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and go to next. I'm not going to change anything in the candle wicking. Kept everything normal settings. Alright, now being I have the design on my screen, now I can go to edit and I can move it. So always use your move keys when you move it. That way everything will stay centered, okay? Okay, there's one. All right, now let's go ahead, click OK. Now let's duplicate that. So hit your duplicate key. All right, now let's move this. Let's move this one down here. And we're just eyeballing this. It looks about right. See, it's away from the lettering. I have enough room there. All right, and you can flip this if you want to. I just leave it the same. Okay, click OK. All right, so now we have our candle wicking on there. So the next thing we need to do is our border and inner outline, because we're going to be putting on our border fabric. Okay, so let's go ahead and go add. go IQ. Let's go to the pocket. And I want to pull up our red line first. Pull that line up, click OK. Now let's go back into the pocket again. And I want to pull up the purple line. Bring that in also. Okay, so we have both lines. We've got the red one and the purple one here. And we want both of those to sew out because that's what's going to tack down our border fabric. So we want both of those in our next stitch out. Remember, because then we go and we cut the circle out, or the little square out, once we do these lines. Okay, so now go next. And you know what? Let's return. I want to save this. Okay, so go ahead and click Memory, your machine. Okay, now go next. Now I'm going to change the stitch length. Okay. Set. Okay. Okay, let's check our menu here. Okay, now we have both of them on there, and that's what we want. And we did save that. Okay, the next thing we want to do is go Add. And we want to do our satin stitch. So let's go to the pocket up here. We want our purple line. Here's our purple line right here. Click OK. Now for the purple line, go into Line Properties. Now it's already set on a satin stitch, so let's go ahead and change it to a gold. Click OK. Go to Bucket. Click it till it changes gold. Go Next. And for my width on this, I went up to a 2. Well, actually, I think I went to 240. 2 or 240, because you're going to be covering a raw edge. I think I went to 240, so let's go OK. For the density, Gloria always goes to 110, so I'm going to go 110 on that too. Set. OK. Alright, so now we have our satin stitch on there. Now this stitch is optional. I used a chain stitch on this. Let's see if I can bring this enough to where you can see. I have a chain stitch on top of mine. So you can choose whichever one you want. If you don't want the chain stitch on there, let me show you the options. So go Add, IQ. Let's go into our pocket again up here. And let's pull up our purple box here. Click OK. Now go into Line Properties. Okay, now see, you have all these options. Plus, if I click on the little, looks like a little flower here, there's other options in here that you can use. Most of these are border options. Now you can use this one if you pull it tight enough. I have used that one. But I used a chain stitch, this one right here. But you can also use your bean stitch. Depending, now the chain stitch pulled a little bit on my fabric. So if I was going to do this again, I think I would just use the chain stitch, because what happened was the chain stitch covered up my satin stitch. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the triple stitch here. And then on top of this, let's add, let's see, should I go brown? I think you could, or a real dark green. You could see a real dark green on that. Okay, so triple stitch. Okay, go to, okay, yeah, we got green on that. Go to your bucket and turn your line green. Okay, and then go next. Now, I would leave this at the normal setting instead of increasing it. I would leave it normal. Set, okay. Alright, let me zoom in here. Let me pan this. See, and you can see the triple stitch goes right in between that. Okay, right in between there. So I'm going to go ahead and put the triple stitch. But if you want the chain stitch, you can go ahead and do your chain stitch on that. And the setting for the chain stitch, I ended up with 0.20 times 5. Okay? But it'll cover all of your satin stitch, so you won't see any of your satin stitch on that. So the next thing we need to do, check that. Alright, then that's it as far as all the steps that I did on this. The last thing we need to do is to do our backing. Okay, so let's go add IQ. Now on the backing, what I did, go to the pocket. Now you can pull up your, what I'm trying to do is get the backing line in between these two settings here. I don't want it on the red line. If I do the red line, then you risk this red line showing once you sew it out. But I want it wider than the batting, so I'm going to pick up this green line, which was the batting line. So I'm going to pick that up, pull it in, then I'm going to go to size, and the size for my backing line, I'm going to go to the keypad. It was 7.70 set by 5.93. And I'm trying to get it right in between the red and the green line. So click OK. Now that is in green. I'm going to change the color. Let's go to line properties and change that color. Oh, I don't know. We could have another blue line. Okay. Now I want to make sure that took. I'm going to go to Magic Wand. I'm going to touch this and highlight it. And I want to see 769. Yes, it did. So anytime you're not for sure if it took something, you can, and in this case, see it grayed out my size buttons here. You can go into your select button here. You can click on that, and you can click on your magic wand. You can touch the line, And as long as it has that box around it, the red box around it, it'll re-highlight these buttons so you can use them. Okay, if they're ever grayed out. So I was just checking the size to be sure, yeah, that the size was correct on it. So now go next. And I want to change my stitch length. Okay. Set. Okay. Now let's go to the end here. Okay, now I'm gonna put this up to 400 because I want you to see where that line went. Okay, can you see right here? I think you can on the monitor here. You've got 3 lines right here. You've got the green line for the batting. You've got your outside line at the top, which was the red line, and I put this line right in the middle, the backing line. Why? Because I don't want it on the batting line, and I don't want it on the red line. I want it right in the middle. That way, when you sew this out and turn it inside out, you won't have this outside line showing. Okay, so I put it right smack in the middle there. So that's my reasoning for doing that. Okay, and that is all of the steps that we need to do for this little spring hanger. Now, I'm going to go ahead and save this. Go ahead and push memory here in the machine. Now, if for some reason, let's say, when summer gets here, you want to do another one of these, what you can do is you can pull up this same design and you can change your design without doing the whole sequence of redoing this over. And I show you how to do that in a video on how to edit your design or your fancy fills or anything like that. So you can go back, if you have a top-of-the-line machine, you can go back and you can change your fancy fill and you can change your design here. You can omit those, whatever. The only thing that you need to be sure that you do is if you're going to change your design, you would click on the design, make sure that is all highlighted, and you just push your delete key. And then you go ahead and bring in the design that you want on here. And when you do that, it will save it down at the bottom. So you have to have that move key, embroidery move key, in order to move it up in sequence to where you want it to stitch out. And that's the same thing if you wanted to change your fancy fill. You would highlight your fancy fill. There it is. You'd push delete. And then you'd put in whichever one you want. You would go back to your pocket and you'd pull up your purple line there. That's why you have to mark your lines on here on your notes. You'd pull up that purple line, you'd put another fancy fill in there, and it would put the fancy fill right here on the bottom. And then you'd use the move key to move it up in place wherever you want it to sew out next. So you'd put it right under your purple box there. So you can change everything as long as you have a top-of-the-line machine, which would be a Solaris or a Luminaire or higher. Okay, you have to have that move key. Okay, everyone, I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. This is really a cute little banner here. I thought it turned out really cute. I was really pleased with it. Now, if you want to see a photo sew out of how to do this, make sure you go ahead and watch the rest of the video here. and it will show you how to put your little hooks on. Now see, let me move the camera up. See your little hooks right there? Your little hooks here. You just have to make sure you have them lined up, okay, so that they will fit. And you have to be sure that you make them wide enough to fit over this little ball thing if you get this stand, to put it on a stand. Okay, everyone. Thanks so much. I'm so glad that you're enjoying all these lessons. Make sure you send me photos and my private messenger, saving them, and when I have enough, I'll do a little showcase video on YouTube with your name on under your picture there, so everyone can see the stitch outs that everyone has done. Make sure you like and subscribe and share, so you can share with all your sewing friends. Also, make sure you check out my YouTube channel. Not my YouTube, my eBay channel for other home decor that I have up on eBay. And I have toppers, I have coasters, I have mug rugs. Now I'll be having some of the banners up there. And I also have floral paintings that I do. Real cute little roses and vintage type florals. They're all florals on there. I might have a few landscapes, but they're mostly florals. Anyway, I'll have a link to that down there. I'll also have a link to this little desk magnet, this little desk holder from Amazon, or any other links that I think you might be interested in for supplies from Amazon. All right, everyone. Thanks again. Take care. And until next time, bye for now.